Yeah! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We are now at map 3 of this matchup between HRG and Team Immunity from the Insomnia 49 Multiplay TF2 Championships, sponsored by Aqua Tuning. Shout out to them for contributing to the event. Now, map 1 was a solid back and forth affair on Granary, with HRG pulling ahead in the golden cap. Snakewater was Team Immunity dominating with just a defense that could not be broken down. We're gonna have to see how things go here as HRG rotating to the closet side. yUKi gonna jump up top, spots where everybody is, goes down a little bit of damage, also staying alive with 62 health, turns around, spots Vanny on demoman, who's down to 7 for finally getting shotgunned down by yUKi, who is was doing a good job of dodging and surviving, but does get taken down by Shrugger there. Still a 3-2 advantage for Immunity over HRG, who are backing up through Valley. Team Immunity going to take the middle point, even though looks like Shade was using Kritzkrieg on that middle, not able to, I guess, use it though, as Banny got cut down fairly early. They do have it here if they can locate Immunity and get it used before that Uber or after that Uber. Honestly, that is just as good of a strategy. Sheep still rolling that sniper, which was definitely one of the storylines from Snakewater. Just such a dominating defensive sniper there that it was extremely difficult for HRG to break them down and actually score some points. HRG trying to rotate around the corner here with this Kritzkrieg, but that's just going to draw the Uber charge out right away. The crit's ineffective. Banny getting left to die here. yUKi finishing him off with the shotgun. Now Team Immunity backing up a little bit, but Sheep with the snipe on Shade at the same time. Lansky going down as well. Tagg pushing forward here. He does go down. Does not get Bonobo either. Bonobo surviving. Great dodges. So HRG wiped. 3 of them are going to be respawning right now. It's a pretty good defensive team out of the 3 players that you want up. Your demoman, your soldier, and your medic. But it's just going to be a tough fight with a bunch of players from Team Immunity coming in here. yUKi doing a good job dodging those last couple shotgun shots. Is going to rotate upwards, so maybe this push is going to stall for a little bit while they take the time. Oh! Sheep with a snipe on Shrugs. Take the time to build the Uber was what I was going to say. Sheep also getting some protection from Antwa, running down cyzer. Sheep's going to get another chance. Here, can't land the shot on Shade. Shade doing a little ducking to get those dodges, but we got Bulk and company on the point already. Wow, great first round by Team Immunity, as they were just able to get a huge fight on second point and push into last cleanly. So we're going to have another 30-minute map, 27 minutes ahead of us. That was a quick first round. You can see both demos flying forward. I think Bulk with a slight speed advantage. As you can see through those outlines, HRG rotating to the left side again. Here's Tagg jumping across. See if he just, keeps the journey going. Rotate all the way around to get that health back. Also another scout behind. We've gotten 2 frags in the meantime as well, but Tagg gets shut down by Sheep in the house. So the flank play not being super damaging. Also, cyzer is going to be in a weird spot. He's getting chased, peppered a little bit, but I think should be able to get away here since he's got some support. No, Sheep gets the kill on cyzer. Bulk laying a sticky down at the feet of the train. The middle point is captured. Did take HRG a bit of time to get that. Not really that big of a deal. Will kind of factor into some of these the next round of spawns. Bonobo gonna have to back up through Grey Bridge, going to rotate somewhere else, maybe to balcony, or maybe just stay trash side. So it kind of looks like what they're doing. Tagg backs up a little bit, scared of a scout behind him, or no, the soldier, excuse me. Oh, that I don't know exactly how the credit went down for all that. Tagg goes down, aporia gets killed by Shrugger. Pretty sure that Tagg hit that rocket though, which was a great shot if he did. Sheep's gonna move in here. He's got the medic out of his back, so some good heals for him, staying healthy. Bonobo with the arrow on cyzer, because was trying to get the long range arrow. And they force out the Uber by Shade. Doesn't have the best player selection with him though. The scout, that is Shrugger, gonna push forward here. Also, I believe a soldier back there. Oh, yUKi with a big shot on Tagg. Connects with the second one and puts an end to that. Oh, the pogo jump. Hits it very crisply. Doesn't get the second rocket, but the shotgun. yUKi with the huge plays. Oh, man. Fantastic aggression from him. Bonobo stays alive. Meanwhile, they've lost a lot of other players. Bonobo staying up is good. He does have Antwa to reconnect here. Antwa would have to out-DM both cyzer and Banny, however, and they're not going to risk that. They say, let's just build that Uber charge. That Boston Basher will concede the point. Wow, big plays by yUKi. In the end, they do flip the middle point, though. But I guess yUKi just stopped, you know, some of that pain from being too much. This could have been a lot worse for Team Immunity there. Now, HRG Shade does have a bit of a Uber disadvantage here. It took him a little bit longer to spawn. Again, that's due to yUKi's fantastic actions. They are starting to kind of rotate around, see what's going on. Tags on this house side. Again, those outlines providing us as spectators and myself as a caster with a lot more information to work with. Now we do see yUKi jumping in. Oh, the Pogo again hits it just right on the edge of the box. Does not get the kill on Shade. Shade was 27 health. With the fall damage goes down to 5. yUKi's so close there. There we go, the follow-up. Aporia gets in there before Shade gets that Uber. And Team Immunity going to flip that middle point over to them. They also now have that Uber advantage even more so thanks to Shade going down. So should be able to keep this pressure up and keep the aggression. See if Team Immunity can work from here into the Spire point. Definitely, I briefly mentioned it, I believe, in map 1. But you know, with HRG, I mean, both teams had to travel significantly. Team Immunity did have a full week in England before this event, while HRG basically traveled to Texas the week before, with some of those players, cyzer being Canadian. That's a fair amount of travel, just, you know, back to back, then plus just resettling, going to work, and then traveling again. So they maybe were a little tired in this matchup. And also, I believe that the metagame switch-ups that they had to focus on the the ESEA LAN and playing with the quick fix, maybe, you know, dulled some of their aggression and some of their quickness in responding to some of these events that are going on. As Team Immunity has just done such a great job throughout this series, being very aggressive and taking advantage of situations. Now, though, Shade and Banny pushing forward. Shade has that Uber charge. Banny getting some support from Shrugger, taking out Antwa. They can keep this pressure up and retake the middle point. So, I mean, this map still has a long ways to go. Can't write out HRG by any... you can't... I don't know. Sorry, messing that phrase up. But you can't write them off. That's for sure. HRG, very devastating team. A lot of strength on all of their classes. And Shade rotating through the house with tag here. Has Lansky with him as well. Lansky now getting to that overcharge position. Overheal, excuse me. Cyzer poking via Gray Bridge while a lot of the team is on this diagonal valley approach. Tag going toe-to-toe with a soldier that's in the resupply closet. Jumping soldier as well coming at Lansky. Lansky like 125 health, maybe not the best circumstances for him, and he does get piped down there. It was a little far. Oh no, and Shade drops the scout on his head. Misfortune after misfortune. They lose tag in the follow-up as well. And now the Uber charge used by Team Immunity just to keep the players safe over by Spire side. They can get forward, they can finish this capture on middle, no problem. They're keeping Bonobo safe as well. And they keep their the demoman up as well. Bulk threatened by that scout by Shrugger, but stays alive with 33 health. That's going to make sure that they can keep this train rolling, keep this momentum going forward. Lansky almost getting air shot there after that juggle. Instead, surfs away very closely.
Our control point is being captured.
Bulk now rotating that right-hand side. HRG might want to contest this. Tag does jump up, gets Antwa. He's going to go down to Bulk. I am on that backside of Spire. They do have a Uber charge. HRG about to get theirs as well. 98%. There we go. Pop it as soon as he gets it. And they're going to just have this Uber cycle. A little 15% extra for HRG. But they have a player disadvantage. Lansky jumps around to go deal with that player up top. Yeah, that soldier's still surviving for a little bit before Aporia goes down. Now the player advantage in HRG's favor. Trying to get some presence out on this Gray Bridge, but kind of getting shut out. Banny is out here. Bulk down to, wow, very low health. With those heals, around half health. while HRG basically fully healed. Lansky a little low, but he's still jumping forward. Just getting those heals now, no biggie. Time 7 on the point, so good recovery of this middle point. Uber is essentially even, you know, small percentages of difference. And it's going to come down more to positioning on this push. Don't think at this, you know, level point in the game that they're going to just sacrifice Spire. Possibly don't want to contest it, but no, here they come. Gonna send an Uber soldier up top. Demoman getting tossed around. Oh, good kill by tagg on yUKi. The Spire still under contention though. HRG completely up while a couple players have been dropped for immunity. So perhaps in the end they will concede Spire. Cyzer very far forward, takes a lot of damage though right away, 60 immediately. He's gonna have to back up, gets to some support though, not gonna go down. Shrugger at like 60 health. And Banny and company organizing in the upper lobby. They have decent heals. Immunity definitely well healed since they've just been playing defense here. Again, that defensive sheep sniper takes out Lansky. So dangerous. Badlands not quite as good of, for sniping as Snake Water would be. On that side that he is on now, the left side defensively, you know, he can just snipe out of that spawn door and then be able to just switch classes immediately. You know, if you have to come out a little bit, like Granary, for example, which we saw on map 1, that's a little bit more difficult to snipe defensively, because if you want to switch back to that scout, you have to run all the way back. So now we are going to see the offensive sniper by cyzer. This can be good. Not really so much sniper versus sniper unless Sheep rotates to the bottom, but he seems to be preferring that capability to quickly switch classes. So he'll probably stay upper, which would be a little bit more difficult for cyzer to counter snipe, but still he could get a very good snipe kill on the heavy or you know, the medic. Either one would be fantastic. If Sheep's on that right side, he can get counter sniped. And also prevent cyzer from being so far forward. Here comes the Uber charge though, and this is also perhaps why that sniper won't be as effective. It's easier to close that difference in. Lansky though just gets piped out. Shade's gonna back up. They're just gonna try to cycle here, not lose this forward aggression they have. I don't know if cyzer hit that shot. Hard to tell without the damage sounds or whatever. Does get a little bit of pressure out until Antwa just rotates in. This could be good work for Antwa though as well. Get some follow-up kills. He doesn't, but they do get Shrugger. And they do need to build this Uber charge a little bit, as they have fallen behind in the percentage points. 10% is a little bit more consequential, especially when you have teams of this caliber playing, where they're going to time their pushes very well, where if they have a 10% window when they're in with the Uber charge and when you get the Uber charge, they're going to get to you and they're going to kill you. So, you know, that 10% really does become an important difference. Sheep with another nice defensive snipe on Lansky. So even though that Uber charge advantage that I was kind of talking about has closed on that window, because of Lansky going down, they're just going to wait. So it wasn't as big of a difference. You know, 5%, it's a lot harder to capitalize on that. You'll still see teams try to do it because they don't know. They don't know for sure, you know, where the other team's charge is at. Especially when you're talking like in a crit scenario, you know, you just want to push that tempo as soon as possible. So since Lansky got sniped, they're going to slow down. Everybody overhealed though for HRG, and Aporia goes down. A lot of pressure on that sniper position. They do get the Uber forced out earlier. Shade's going to back up perhaps. I don't see his outline in the view of field. And Luke did do the camera work on this. So Shade does back up. They maintain that Uber charge. So I guess what they try to do there is just get a cycle, and that does work. They lost tagg, they lost Shrugger, but they kept their position. So that's fair. You know, a double suicide is definitely a little bit more risky. Even just a single suicide is kind of risky. This time we have Aporia going on to Pyro, and this is, you know, if you're not a Sixes player and you say, where are these other classes? This is where you'll see Pyro. This is absolutely classic. Pyro's going to work here because he's going to pop up. He's going to disrupt the Uber charge. Wow, he went down quick. But that's what you gotta, that's, you know, it's a valid strategy for Pyro. That's when you'll see him get whipped out. And unfortunately it didn't work there. He was actually just way too close. Got completely shut down. So yeah, maybe that helped to them losing. I feel that's totally valid if you know the enemy team's got an Uber and is coming at you. So 15 minutes in, and we have a tie game once again. Team Immunity started things out, but HRG able to work that out. Again, Immunity just showing that they have a very solid defense and are very well structured. HRG have had problems breaking them down, but they were able to in that scenario. Now that it's a tie game, maybe they can approach this with a little less desperation. Nonetheless, tagg goes for that big bomb across. Team Immunity just kind of skirts away from it, and tagg goes down. yUKi going airborne, misses with an air shot combination, but does get good damage out there. Perhaps that's partially why Lansky was able to go down. But now a couple other players going down for Immunity. Oh, shrugger with the bat! Hits Bonobo in the head. Gonna get a kill on Bulk here as well. He should. Goes for another Boston Basher hit. And of course, if you miss with that, it starts to damage you. Shade says disgusting, which that was a little piece of magic right there as well. Let's see if HRG can follow up on that magic and you know, capitalize on it. They are taking the Spire without any sort of contention. But now can they get a good clean push on the last point? Because this would be huge. If they can get a great attack here, there's no uber charge from Immunity. They know that. If they can get a good clean attack here, they will be in the advantage. They will have a round lead on Team Immunity. Can they pull it off? Let's see. The uber charge is in. He's been switching to Scout, Soldier. A lot of Immunity is just inside spawn. That's why they need to get players on the point. They need to have some follow-up here. They need to pressure those stickies. But right now, it's been kind of a hands-off Uber. Banny has gotten a 2K. Lansky is down as well, though, so it's a 4-on-4. Better spawns, better timing for HRG. But they're bleeding some players. Oh, there we go. Finally, shrugger getting on the point. I was going to have to be pretty critical if that push did not succeed. But, you know, since it did, you can't argue with victors. HRG able to pull that off in the end. Eventually, Shade getting there. I mean, there were stickies on the point. You don't want to bleed players. You don't want to lose people just throwing them on the stickies, especially then if the team just comes out of spawn, wraps around, and crushes you before you can get the capture. But it was making me real nervous. So in the end, HRG now with that lead. Shrugger going to come in, house here, picks up the health back. That's good control. Cyzer well healed on the side as well, so the scout's doing well for HRG right now. Cyzer comes up from below, takes some damage, unfortunately, as Bolt gets the kill on Shrugger. Now players going down. Cyzer down as well. Tagg has gone down. Tagg showing more patience at that middle fight. Oh, that pipe connected. Banny, great job. He gets yUKi as well with the chase. Banny very well composed so far. Can he put a stop to the scout as well? Get one more kill. We'll see. Perhaps now a little, you know, stick in the head out there. Not going to get chopped off, though, as they're going to reassert the control over the Spire yard. Now they're starting to push in. They have this charge. They feel good about this. Tags on the flank. They have some other players working the pressure, and they haven't been forced to use this uber charge yet. They've been able to hold on to it as they push. They want to take this for free. Can you blame them? And Banny putting some good damage out there. A nice juggle on the soldier. Now Banny getting forced, and no, the uber charge is not there. Shade not able to connect with Banny, out healing other people, rotating. He's just got Shrugger and Lansky. Shrugger with good defensive kill there, getting aporia, but the pressure is on. Immunity still control the middle point, so they can pressure Shrugger and Lansky in-house, getting big kills. HRG would love to finish this, but Shade, it's kind of a dangerous spot. He's got half health. Doesn't quite want to just push into a fully buffed demoman and a scout. Can you blame him? I don't. The spawns have come in now for Immunity, so these players will be on the middle point soon, and any semblance of an opportunity has long disappeared. We are back to equality here. Equilibrium, maybe a better choice of words there. I hope we have equality here, equality for all, yay! But a power equilibrium has been reached. We are back in the standoff. Immunity, we control the middle point, you know, so that is an advantage. It should be an advantage in terms of map design and just how 5CP works. Not too much so, but they do have a slightly advantageous position here. But they are on the losing side of the scoreboard right now. So this deciding map right now, 10 minutes left to play, and Team Immunity control of the middle, but we have this uber standoff while Sheep maybe trying to get some work done here on Sniper, and Immunity trying to set up a successful attack here. Looks like Banny just has one sticky on the wall there, not a full trap, trying to get some more in there so that he can actually, you know, really do what he needs to do. could just be a fake trap. You know, you let them clear it, and then you have the trap on the bushes. Now trying to throw some stickies around the corner. Those are going to get cleared out, though. Good shotgun work. That's what you'll see at this pro level of TF2 play. Players clearing stickies out when they're right in front of them. You know, whip that shotgun out. Sheep trying to work the flank. Oh, look at that outline. We can see that soldier waiting to get an ambush. I don't think that's going to draw him out, but they will know that Immunity most likely trying to work that flank. Yep, there's Tagg's perspective. You can see just waiting, being very patient. And so is HRG, you know, just trying to hold here. They can afford to be patient. Here comes the pop out. Oh, Shade's got to get the Banny. There he goes. Not a whole lot of damage done to him before that Uber hit him. So, I mean, that's going to be helpful for HRG as they have this post-Uber fight. Looks like they might want to rotate through house. They have a soldier there. That's probably Tagg. 11 health. Does not sneak away. Aporia takes him out. Good shot over the boxes by Sheep. Follow-up kill does get Banny, or follow-up damage does kill Banny. Sheep backing up here down to resorted to using the SMG, does kill cyzer. Oh no, not going to be able to get a crazy snapshot. Bonobo sneaks away with very low health. HRG is just going to be content to capture middle here, get those forward spawns. You know, it's just going to be cyzer. Everybody else looks like maybe some of them cycled. Yeah, the correct move to do there. Shade also going to get an Uber advantage here. So with those forward spawns, won't take long for HRG's players to get forward here. Should be ready to push shortly. Charge was called. I believe that was the real call by Shade. Perhaps that was just a fake though by Bonobo. Sheep gets a pistol on Lansky. They lose Tagg as well, and this Uber is not very good. I say that because they used it while they were backing away, but none of the players really in danger of dying, and that allows yUKi to just pogo jump right on Shade's head. Ouch. Yeah, Shade, if he could have used that Uber early and protected those two players that went down, maybe could have done something, but he used it as they were running away, and then they didn't have any players where they could be like, well, let's cancel this push, let's run away, but we can sack a couple players to make sure that they use their Uber charge. No, it was like they had 4 people and they're like, oh shit, you know, we just popped the Uber, whether it was because they were trying to save those players or Shade was just for a split second wanted to attack. But then they had to pull back, and it was 4 on 6, so you can't be like, oh yeah, well, we'll just send this player in half Ubered to make a big play and force a pop. They couldn't even do that, so they just backed up, and the pressure from Immunity. So HRG, you know, little strategical misstep there with that Uber charge. Immunity in control of the middle point again, and doing pretty well here as Tagg just respawning, cyzer still waiting to respawn. Immunity very far forward here. Well, they say, well, you're gonna hold upper lobby and just wait for us to get on a Spire. Well, you know, while we send capping players around, we're also just gonna come in through lower. But Bonobo, oh my god, the protection. Great dodges, and Shrugger taken out. That would have been a huge kill right there. As if the medic was down, then HRG could get that pressure, could move forward, and could get you know, an important frag and pressure into Spire there. Now though, they're forced in kind of that awkward position where you have the Uber charge, you're defending last, and you know the enemy team doesn't have an Uber charge. But you know, just kind of the mechanics of holding last and of TF2, it's tough to make that investment. It's tough to say, well, let's just see what we could possibly do here. You know, you're like taking like a 25% chance that you have like a really good Uber and get enough damage done that you know, kill the enemy medic and you're able to take Spire. You know, even if you just kill the enemy medic, if you don't go forward, then it's still a very risky play. You know, I don't know. I don't want to get, I guess I shouldn't ramble and get too in depth into it because we're gonna have some more action coming up here. As Immunity now, you know, they've had that time to just chill back, and they've built up that Uber charge, and they're ready to push when they want to push, and they're the ones deciding the tempo here. Especially considering the score line, HRG is going to be comfortable with that. They're going to have to be careful of Sheep, but they definitely know he's in position. They know what position he's in. Looks like Shrugger going to be tasked with the counter sniping duties. Cyzer on heavy weapons guy. A lot of times with some of these teams, it's not so much of like, you know, like Cyzer, it's my turn to snipe. It's just more organic. What player feels the opportunity, what player switches over to the heavy first. Both players will do it. Both players can do it. Immunity still taking their time with this. They have 5 minutes to work with, you know, and they showed on Granary that they're willing to just, you know, let the play develop slowly. They're going to be comfortable if they're able to just get a capture here and let it go into golden cap. They'll be comfortable with that. So they're just gonna work it at the tempo that needs to be worked at. They need to find an opening first, and they're gonna give Sheep as much time as he needs to be able to find that opening. Looks like they might be moving in now, though. They've decided that they have a good setup. They decided they want to go. Maybe it's just, it looks like, well, it's kind of a half push. They got the Uber charge out, and then they're backing away. And this will work. You know, again, when Shade had that, oh, they're going to push counter without Ubers. Contra Uber, maybe that's what you should say. Sheep gets a snipe on Banny. A couple of frags out here for IM, but Sheep, yeah, clearly going to get outflanked. In the past, he's gotten supported, and oh man, that was a disastrous loss for Immunity. Kind of a weird exchange, but really it came down to just Banny's fantastic sticky trap there, getting a 2K. You know, they had an awkward push, and it was just like, well, let's just push and let's just cycle the Ubers here. And that, you know, was going as smooth as it could be. And then after that happened, they just, okay, now let's catch him off guard. And they tried to push. That sticky trap caught Immunity off guard. And, you know, they didn't also, I mean, they just didn't have a full pressure there. But it's tough to say, you know, like if you're 4-on-6 attacking into Badlands last, you know, there's not too many strategies that you can use there to compensate for that disadvantage, especially when there's no, you know, Ubers are not even in the equation. So right now, HRG have done a good job in the last 2 minutes of flipping this over. They've taken control of the middle point, and you know, now are in more of an offensive structure, and that it works for them. I mean, they're up 2-1. If they score another round here, that'd be fantastic. Could essentially put the game away, the match away. But Team Immunity instead, you know, gonna try to contest this, gonna try to get around, gonna try to force this to an upper bracket, or sorry, to a golden cap. I have no idea why I said upper bracket there. Now, yeah, Banny getting some traps around corner. Immunity still gonna have to make this work very quickly here. Uber charge is out.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
And yeah, HRG rotating through house. In a nice position here. The jump is out. Oh, pressuring forward. No. Not able to get like a follow-up rocket. Just can't get the angle. We were a little further away. That's why I was like holding my breath to see if he'd even throw it out, but didn't even go for the shot. Rocket control, definitely important skill as a soldier, one that you kind of don't pay attention to because it just looks like they're spamming rockets, but every rocket they shoot is important. You got to make sure that you hit it or get some damage, or at least just get some defensive spam. Oh, tag, yeah, ends up getting credit for the crater. Good, you know, 2 rocket combination. Couldn't find the third one. Thankfully, though, didn't get like air headshotted though as Sheep fell down. I wouldn't put it past Sheep, so tag staying alive. HRG, now they have this forward aggressive presence, and they're just going to try to, you know, hold on to this position, not give up too much to Team Immunity. Uber's forced in-house. This is going to work out well for HRG, though, as they can get some body blocking going on. Would like to actually see a little bit more from cyzer there. Try to disconnect that heavy and the medic. They had the Uber charge advantage, as well as cyzer just being a heavy weapons guy, so toe-to-toe battle with the soldier. I'll take that. Immunity now pressuring in fast. They've gotten 2 kills, and only 2 up for HRG. So a little bit of danger with a minute left. Immunity ×2 on the middle point. They have 2 scouts on the Spire as well, so this is going to be a quick capture here. They're also going to have a significantly large Uber advantage, 70%. No chance for Shade to be able to build one in this time frame. Still sticking with that Uber charge, because why not? He's got cyzer and shrugger playing that defense. See if that defensive sniper can now pay dividends for HRG. Immunity is going to work down this lower right. They have that Uber charge. They're going to use it right away. Good flashes around to get bulk. trying to put some pressure on the point. 25 seconds, they have time to work with. Sticky's on the point, haven't been popped yet. They also have, I believe that is Banny up top, so he's going to have to be dislodged. It's not going to happen. GG's being called up, and HRG going to take this matchup. The battle between US and Australia. HRG wins in this occasion, and that's going to do it for our coverage of this match. Thanks for tuning in. My voice is a little bit shot, but I had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time. You know, if you want to see any more i49 matches covered, little flashback style, please leave that in the comments. We'll take a peek at that, as well as just continuing to do our things that we do. We're having a little bit of a delay with the October top 10 due to issues with clips. You know, every time there's a very large update in a lot of items, it tends to screw with demos. And unfortunately, that has happened once again. But shout out to the TF team, because, you know, we've been in correspondence with them and they are looking into the issue. So hopefully, you know, we can get to those demos and record them soon, get to that turnaround. That is one of the issues that we face with the top 10 plays of the month. But we will have them for you. Don't worry. And that's it for my wrap up. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I am eXtine, and I will see you next time. Peace out.